Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you for testifying. With regard to the Navajo Generating Station, let me touch on the EPA's forthcoming BART determination for the NGS. We understand this is a high priority for EPA, and we appreciate that Assistant Administrator Gina McCarthy took a recent trip to Arizona to look at this. In the Arizona delegation, we've emphasized the importance of the plant and the EPA's pending BART determination in both a 2009 letter to you, and in addition, you were copied on a letter that we sent to the President just last week. The plant and the mine and the coal that is mined for the plant provides jobs for about 1,000 people, 80% of whom are Navajo. And it's critical to the regional economy. Also, it provides 95% of the power that's used by the Central Arizona Project, about half of which the water is designated for use by the native tribes, agricultural uses, and many other things. As you know, we're coming up on the end of a lease in 2019. The 6 owners of the plant have to determine whether or not to extend that. And so this is extremely important, this determination coming out. Can you shed some light on where you're coming from on this, and when this rule is going to be made, and if you've taken into account some of the things that we mentioned in the letter with regard to the tribes? I know the Department of Interior has trust obligations there, is working on this as well. Can you just shed some light on where you are?
Thank you, sir. We do understand the importance of the generating station and the fact that the issues that they're facing are complex, that it's more than about power, it's about water, it's about economy. So thank you for recognizing that Gina McCarthy, the Assistant Administration, went out to take a look around. That's to get a better understanding of the situation there, as well as to be able to make some proposals about where we might be able to find ways to meet the challenges and find some win-win solutions, quite frankly. I just recently sent a letter to Secretary Salazar and Chu to ensure that all 3 agencies are working together to address this situation, because it really does involve all 3 of us in different ways. And I believe that we're going to be getting together shortly to discuss that and hopefully find a path forward.
You can't give me any dates as to when you might be coming? I mean, that's the next meeting, but when might we see some kind of resolution here? It's frankly, in Arizona, it's scaring us to death. This is, ASU studied it. They said that over a period of 2017 to 2044, if this plant doesn't go beyond 2019, if they don't renew the lease, that's about 3,400 jobs. It's about $18 billion. And there's a huge impact on groundwater as well. If these rates skyrocket, which they will without that plant, rates for CAP water, then it puts additional pressure on groundwater and all the environmental implications that come from that as well, aside from the cost. So
we'd be looking to, excuse me, sir, we'd be looking to propose a determination in late summer of this year. So we have a bit of time to try to work through those complex issues, but we are mindful that a lot of folks are watching.
All right. The degree also, I know that you're required under the Clean Air Act to take into account or consideration the cost of compliance. And I assume you are here as well. That's been estimated about $1.2 billion. And that would, I mean, all of the owners simply say that would shutter the plant. If these requirements are made, it would shutter the plant. And then with all these ancillary problems that we've mentioned on groundwater and cost and the impact on the tribes and everything else, I just hope that all these things are being taken into account. That's why we brought it up with Secretary Salazar and have written to the President and everything. But you can assure me that those things are being taken into account.
I will, sir, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Second issue, extraordinary events. We in Maricopa County, obviously, have a problem with PM10 exceedances. Just in the past year, I believe, there were Maricopa County had 100 exceedances of PM10 standard last year, all but one being from an exceptional event. And let me get a visual here just to let everybody see what this exceptional event looks like. This is what's referred to by some as a haboob, but this is a big dust storm that obviously is nature, not something that was created by man. But as I mentioned, 100 exceedances of the air standard, all but one having to do with exceptional events like this. And yet, when you look at what we have to do in Maricopa County to actually say this was an exceptional event, is this. This is what it took for just events that happened July 2nd through July 8th, 2011. All of this. In the San Joaquin Valley, the other area where you have a lot of these, I think it was estimated that each wind exceptional event like this, high wind exceptional event, takes more than 400 staff hours to prepare. We all know what that is, yet we cannot get out of the EPA some guidance or something that allows our local agencies to forego doing this and spending, I think Maricopa County was estimated spent more than $1 million last year just to comply and just to convince the EPA of something that nobody needs to be convinced of. Where are we on this guidance? When will we finally have something real that we can go back and apply some kind of common sense principles here?
Well, we have indeed been working with staff in ADEQ and Maricopa County, the Maricopa County Association of Governments, to develop a package that addresses places like Maricopa County that are going to have numerous exceptional events and therefore exceedances of the particle standards, the health-based standards for particles. We've gotten comments, we've reached out to them, we've gotten comments from state, local, and tribal stakeholders to come up with a new document. It's meant to be responsive to concerns such as what you reference. I don't have a date by which we'll be putting out the response to comments document. That's the way we have to work under the APA. Because this is a guidance, we've committed to doing full comment and opening this up to being transparent as we would if it's a rule. And then when we issue the guidance documents, we'll do that again because we get lots of concerns from folks that they want to make sure we're doing this under full public scrutiny. So we are working very soon. I'm happy to get you a date for when we'll put out those two documents, but it's been really a process of getting in the comments and doing it in a public and transparent way.
Okay, so soon you'll be able to get me a document that will tell me when documents are coming, or what are we going to get?
We have to do a response to comments document. This is a change in guidance, and so we have asked people for comments on the guidance development process. It's a rule, but we are changing the guidance that implements the exceptional events rule. And then we'll have to draft new guidance documents and put those out for public comment as well.
Are we talking a year? Are we talking 6 months? Can I get some kind of idea? We're going to go through another season here, and there are going to be another 100 events. We all know it. And we're all going to have to do this just because we can't issue guidance. Can you give me any?
Well, some of your colleagues don't like when we issue guidance, so we have to do it in a way, sir, that's transparent and subject to public comment. And as you mentioned, it's an issue that affects several areas. I will get you, I don't have on my fact sheet here a date, so I don't want to commit to one here, but I'm happy to get you one.
Is there anything you need from us in Congress to speed it along, or from the Arizona officials? ADEQ or others?
No, I believe they're fully involved in working with us. I haven't heard that there's been any problem whatsoever, sir.
Thank you.